Matthew 18, verses 6 and 7. If anyone causes one of these little ones, those who believe in me, to stumble, it would be better for them to have a large millstone hung around their neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea. Woe to the world because of the things that cause people to stumble. Such things must come, but woe to the person through whom they come.
The classic story of Oliver Twist follows the journey of a young orphan, Oliver, set during the mid-1800s in England. We follow Oliver as he is mistreated and manipulated by various influences he encounters, from the abusive workhouse run by cruel and selfish managers.
Please, sir, I want some more.
What?
Please, sir, I want some more.
To the deceitful Fagin who recruits young children to commit crimes, telling them they need to steal from others in order to get ahead in life.
Yes, the important life lesson. In this life, one thing counts, in the bank, large amounts. I believe these don't grow on trees. You've got to pick a pocket or two. You've got to pick a pocket or two. Boys, you've got to pick a pocket or two. But in the end of the story, everyone reaps the rewards of the life they lived. The manipulative Fagin ends up losing all the stolen goods he's accumulated over his lifetime. The violent Bill Sikes is shot as he attempts to escape while kidnapping Oliver, and Oliver is eventually connected to some upper-class family members and adopted by the kind Mr. Brownlow. Built into this story is a warning. The wicked who mistreat the helpless and the orphan will face the consequences of their sin, because God cares for the weak and humble.
We see this lesson emphasized heavily in Matthew 18. Jesus warns his disciples not to chase after status and prestige, but rather to care for those who are most in need. Matthew 18:10. See that you do not despise one of these little ones, for I tell you that in heaven their angels always see the face of my Father who is in heaven. We need to take this challenge seriously because it applies just as much to us as the apostles. There's also a warning in this passage to those who would mislead and corrupt young children. As Jesus says, it would be better for them to drown in the sea than to be found guilty before God of leading his little ones astray.
So, what does it look like to care for the children the way Jesus commands? First, we're committed to raising children in the truth. We want to share wisdom so children can navigate the various deceptions the world throws at them. Whether it's people like Fagin who try to lead children down the path of selfish immorality, or people like Bill Sikes who live a life filled with violence, we want to equip the next generation to be on guard against false teachings and ideologies. Galatians 6, verses 7 and 8 warns. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever one sows, that will he also reap. For the one who sows to his own flesh will from the flesh reap corruption, but the one who sows to the Spirit will from the Spirit reap eternal life.
And beyond just teaching and equipping, we also want to imitate the attitudes of people like Mr. Brownlow, who takes Oliver in and cares for him, even after Oliver tried to steal from him with some of the other boys from Fagin's gang. Our lives should be defined by that kind of compassion and grace, being willing to sacrifice for those in need. Jesus wants us to shine as lights in a dark world, being role models for the next generation. The world is filled with people like Oliver, being pushed here and there by every wave life throws at them. But we know the way to anchor ourselves is being rooted in the words of Christ. Living our lives as role models for others allows us to demonstrate the power of that anchor. And we'll also find true joy and fulfillment as we're living life that way, because that's what God created us for.
I can personally share that Christian mentors have had a huge impact on my spiritual growth. At different phases of my Christian walk, different Christian influences encouraged me to stay the course, trust the Lord's ways and timing, and keep my focus on Christ. We just had the memorial service for R.P. Haleblian last weekend, and she was the Sunday school teacher who encouraged me to accept Christ when I was in elementary school. She even accompanied me playing piano as I sang for various church events and helped me feel like CACC was my home. Years later, during my illness, she literally sent me a card every 60 days to keep my faith strong amidst my pain. She was the body of Christ to me during this time.
And that's what God calls us to. God puts people in our lives to serve and encourage. So let's take that responsibility seriously. Pray for the opportunities and be ready. Go out each day with your mission in mind. And we'll see you all next time.
Cheerio, but be back soon. I don't know, somehow I miss you. I love you, that's why I say cheerio. Not goodbye, don't be gone, I'll be back soon. Give me one long last look, bless you. Remember our old tune. Be back soon.